Hey guys, welcome back. Today I want to talk to you about the very next step that you're going to do after you open up your Amazon seller account. And that is to go on your phone and download the Amazon seller app. Now, if you haven't set up your Amazon account yet, I'm going to link a video right above that easily walks you through how to set up the account. But as soon as you have it set up, next you need to get the app.
Hi, I'm Cassandra Barney with Profit Guru. I'm a teacher, mother of 3, and Amazon FBA seller. Here at Profit Guru, we're dedicated to trying strategies out and continually improving our own software to help other Amazon sellers just like you.
The very first thing that you're going to see when you open up the app is a nice bar graph. This bar graph, if you click on the top right drop-down bar, you can actually set it to see the week to date, the last 30 days, or even the year to date. So I like to check in on this a couple of times a day just to see what my sales are doing. I can see the number of sales, how much I've sold in products, as well as how much money I have in my balanced account. Now, there are a ton of features on this app, and I want to walk you through the ones that I think are the most valuable for you to use. You can still see all of this information in your Seller Central account if you use your desktop computer, but it's much easier to view it on the mobile app. If you do the arbitrage model, you're definitely going to want to use this to scan products while you're in the store. So underneath the bar graph, you're going to see the first tab says Add a Product. If you click this, it's going to bring you up an option where you can type in the product by hand, or there's a camera button where you can just scan the back of the product and scan the UPC code. Now, sometimes when you scan the UPC code, yes, it's faster to do, but it doesn't always recognize the item. So if when you scan the UPC code, it doesn't pop up, but this seems like a popular item that Amazon should be selling, then you're going to want to manually type it into the search bar. Now be careful here because you have to be exact. If you spell something wrong, or maybe it's not spelled exactly how it's listed in Amazon, it's not going to bring the product up. So it takes a little trial and error here sometimes to actually find the product you're trying to search for, but be persistent. So scan it first. If that doesn't work, type it in exact. Underneath the search bar, this is also a great place that you can find some good leads. So you're going to be able to browse and see the top sellers that are in each category, as well as new items that are currently being added to Amazon and that are performing well. So check out these tabs, and then you can go in and source them on Google to see if maybe you can find them for a low enough price to flip onto Amazon. Now, once the product that you're trying to find pops up, you're going to be able to quickly see if there's any variations to this, or if it's something that's gated for you and you're going to have to request approval. So you'll see that there's going to be a lock that pops up on the front of the picture. Click that lock and go in and hit Request Approval. A lot of the times, brands that are not such big name brands, especially if you have good seller metrics and you're performing well on Amazon, they will auto ungate for you. Now, you'll know if it didn't auto ungate because rather than saying, congratulations, you've been approved to sell this brand, it's going to bring up an application instead. So if the application comes up, then that means that you're gated on this product. And I actually do have a video that I made to show you how to get ungated in categories and products. So if this is happening to you a lot where you're noticing that you're gated, check that video out for some tips and tricks on how to start getting ungated. So now that the product's popped up and you're able to sell it, you're going to click on it and it's going to bring up the picture of the item and it's going to say the reviews as well as the rank. Now below that, it's going to say seller eligibility. So you're looking for that green little check mark, and that means that you're good to go and you can sell this product. Once you see that check mark, then right below the new tab, you're going to click where you see the offer. This is going to bring up two options for you, either seller fulfilled or Amazon fulfilled on the top. So you'll choose the method of selling that you do. So for me personally, I send my items into Amazon. I do FBA, so I choose the Amazon fulfilled tab. Now I can see the price that it's listed for. I can adjust that to what I want to list it for. And then right below it, I can see the estimated fees that Amazon is going to collect on this item. Next, I can put in the price that I'm going to be sourcing this for. And then for shipping, I figure about 30 cents per pound for FBA. And now I'm going to be able to quickly see if this item brings me a profit or not. So you can see how this tool alone is super helpful for you, especially if you're an arbitrage seller. Now back on the main homepage of that app, 4 down below where the Add a Product was, you're going to see the Payments tab. Now if you click on this, you're going to be able to see all of the payments that Amazon is initiating to you. actually even breaks it down into weekly views. At the top, you'll see your funds available, and then underneath it's going to tell you the date that Amazon is going to issue the transaction and give you the money. However, if you have funds available and you don't want to wait until that date that Amazon is giving you, you can click the button that says Pay Me and start initiating that payment right away. If you scroll down a tiny bit further, this is really valuable because you're going to be able to see any fees or additional charges where you'll see where exactly your money is going to. Also, you're going to notice that there is a seller reserve amount. This is in red, and they're not actually counting this towards the money in your available balance. Now, what this is a reserve where Amazon is putting some of your money aside that they owe you just in case you need to pay for something. So what I mean by that is if maybe your metrics aren't very well and you're initiating a lot of returns or refunds to customers, they're going to hold more of the money that they're supposed to be paying you and keep it in this reserve for a while until they know that that product is not going to be refunded by the customer. So you'll notice at first when you're a new seller, they keep quite a bit in that reserve at first. They just want to make sure that if anyone is going to initiate a return, that there's money set in your balance that Amazon can send to the customer. So if you're selling good products and you're not having returns a lot, then that reserve amount isn't going to be as high. And once the product gets fully processed and sent to the customer and the customer clearly likes it, they're not initiating a refund on it, it's been a while, then that money goes from the reserve into your balance for you to access. Now, if you go back to your home screen, right underneath that bar graph, there's also a tab that's going to say Account Health. This is also an important piece of information for you. Amazon will suspend your account probably indefinitely. It's very hard to get it open back up if you are not performing well. So this is a place where you can keep tabs on the health of your account. So if you're having any negative reviews or any IP alerts, they're going to be listed right here so you can see exactly how many negative hits you have on your account and you can keep tabs of that. The last really helpful tab that's going to be underneath that bar graph is going to be the one all the way to the bottom that says Manage Fba Shipments. So when you send your product into Amazon, this is where you're going to go so that you can see exactly what the progress is on that shipment. It'll tell you once it's shipped out, when it's being received by the warehouse, and it'll tell you how many SKUs are supposed to be in that box and how many they've actually counted in, so you can see if there's any discrepancies. So if you're noticing that it's been a while and you've sent your items to Amazon and you're wondering why they're not showing up in your account, you can come right here to the Manage Fba Shipments and see exactly where your box is. Sometimes what happens is it'll send it to one initial warehouse and then they'll decide that there's another warehouse that could use these products more, and then they'll put it in retransit to go to that warehouse. So this is a great spot for you to see exactly where your products are and how close they are to being put into your Amazon Seller Central. All of your shipments stay right here. So you can see the ones that are in progress, the ones that are working, the ones that are in receiving, and the ones that are closed. So you can go back at any given time throughout history and see and check in on a shipment. If you're curious, oh, on this date, what did I send in for SKUs? It's located right there in the Manage Fba Shipments. Now back on the main face of the app, if you go up to the top this time above the bar graph, look for your country's flag, and beside that you're going to see a hamburger, which is 3 little lines. Click on this and then you're going to see a tab that says Inventory. This is really useful to you because it's going to show you all of the inventory that you have. You can even filter it to see what's active or what's inactive. So if you only wanted to see what's active right now, you would sort and filter. It would show you exactly which SKUs you have that are active at the present moment. You can click on any of them and then you can go in and see a lot more helpful information. For example, you'll be able to see the price that you have it listed for, what the buy box is currently at, and then you'll be able to see all of the sellers that are also on this listing and what they have this item priced for. So if you have some inventory that's not selling, you can go right into this inventory tab and check it out to see why. Click on the specific product and then check it out and see what are you listing it for, what's the buy box at, and what is the competition listing it for. If you're noticing that maybe you're priced a little too high and you're not too competitive for the buy box to win it, then you're going to scroll down on this same page just a tiny bit further and you're going to see a profit calculator, so that you can re-enter what you want to list this as and see if it's still going to bring you a profit. From the same page, you can click the Inventory tab so that you can see exactly how many SKUs you have available of this product. Beside that, you'll see a Catalog tab. You can click this if you want to be brought back into the Amazon listing. And beside that, the last thing you can click on is the Sales. So you'll be able to see exactly which days you sold this product on. Another couple of options that are helpful underneath this hamburger tab is the seller support option. If you're having some issues, you can click on those to get brought to seller support to try and seek some help for your answers. There's also an advertising button if you want to run some ads on your products, and a communication button where you can see if any buyers have messaged you as the seller and you need to respond to them. The last tab that I think is super helpful underneath this hamburger is the one that says Orders. So if you click here, you're going to be able to see exactly how many orders you have. On top of that, you'll be able to see the shipping service as well as if the payment is completed or not. So that was a quick rundown for you guys all about the Amazon Seller app and the most important features that it offers. It's a lot easier to use than the desktop version. And if you are an arbitrage seller, you're going to want to keep this handy because it will be your best friend when you go into the stores to scan some products. As always, don't forget about the giveaway we do here on Profit Guru. Each month, we're giving 3 annual subscriptions away to our software. So all you need to do is subscribe to the channel and pop a comment down below in the video sections. Thanks for being here with me, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.